Yes, people, welcome back to the Graft Kings podcast. We're back in Moo-Moo's, Kent's hottest nightclub. Today we've got something a little bit different, a little bit funny. We're going to be talking about lads and ladies, holiday stories, funny stories, good memories, bad memories. But before we get into it, if I could get everyone that watches our pod to just like and subscribe, that'd be really good for us.
It would be good.
Yes, it would.
Yes, it would be. What we're trying to get at is we pretty much get 1,000 views within the first week, if that. Maybe sometimes quicker. I think we're like on the most recent one we've done with the Ix. We're touching 1,000 after like 48, 72 hours, whatever it is. So there's obviously a big audience watching, a big enough audience watching, and we only got like we're touching 600 subscribers. So we'd appreciate it highly. Look, if you're watching it, you must be enjoying it because we're week on week getting 1,000 views within the first week. So if you've got a YouTube account or a Google Gmail account, sign in and just subscribe for us because it will do us the world of good. It'll help us grow the pod quicker, and the quicker we can grow it, the quicker we can do more outlandish things and go to different places like we have planned. And on that note, we had a quite good success rate with the Ix. That kind of done. That's our third best performing pod. So obviously people like us interacting with them on the Instagram and getting their feedback on certain subjects. So we thought we'd try it again with a different dynamic, like Merck said, on lads and ladies holiday stories. We left it very last minute, so we haven't got as many as we did the Ix. Some of these I've read briefly, and they were debating about putting in moving on it, but I think it's hilarious. I think we should. So same format as before, boys.
By the way, we didn't leave it last minute because we're incompetent, by the way.
We are incompetent, but yeah.
Yeah, we did not leave it last minute because we're incompetent. We were supposed to have a guest coming on this evening. We won't say who. They are still coming on. Unfortunately, travel plans got in the way a little bit. So it was a very last minute change for us. So we had to improvise, adapt and overcome.
Oh, actually, I'll tell you one thing we can talk about. If you guys are watching this in real time, as in it's just been released, we are currently in Ibiza right now. We are, we're in Ibiza, and we're probably in a very bad way. Because what time did we release this?
No, we had just got back.
No,
it's on a Sunday.
Oh, so we're not in Ibiza.
No.
Oh, we've just got back, so we'll be very unproductive and probably won't be active on our socials because we'll probably be on a come down. But yeah, we are back. We've just got back from Ibiza, so.
Cheers, mate.
What?
Yep, nothing.
Because we've got holiday blues. What kind of come down are you talking about? Anyway, on to bigger and better things. Who wants to go first?
Cool. I don't know. I need to have a little read through these first.
So I'll kick it off with this one.
Go on then.
Falling in love. So I'm guessing what he means is falling in love on holiday.
So
romance.
I can't describe who this person is. It'll be too bait. And people will be able to piece it together. That's one of my ones. I can't say who it is, but this geezer basically, I've been a victim of this once and only once, and I thought it would never ever be me. This geezer, by the way, this didn't happen when I had a girlfriend, but this geezer's got a girlfriend, and he's gone on holiday to Ibiza, funny enough, and he's met this girl. Cut that fucking word out because I'm going to bait this guy up. He went on holiday, went to a certain place in Ibiza, and met this girl. And she ticks all the boxes, but he's been with his bird for 8 years. And he said he feels like he has been talking to me about this for a while. He said like his bird doesn't really feed his soul. And this bird he's met, he's got holiday romance for, and she's ticked every box, like it's going hiking. I can't go into too much detail because it'll be too bait. Anyway, he said the only reason he's really with the girl he's with now is because he's comfortable and she's like a part of his life, but she doesn't set a lot.
Almost like a mate.
Yeah, almost like a mate, but she doesn't set like a fire light in his belly anymore.
Isn't it?
Yeah, which is really sad to hear because this girl is like your girl next door. She's not a bad bird at all. She's a really nice girl. And they've been together and they've had no really issues, but there's no spark anymore.
Yeah.
And he's gone on holiday, met this bird, not on purpose. It just same friendship groups, crossed over. And he's head over heels for her and she's head over heels for him. And he doesn't know what to do. He literally does not know what to do. I know this is not one of the funny ones, but I'm just saying this is the situation he's found himself in.
Is this recent?
This is recent.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
What
shit.
do you do in that situation?
Well, to be honest, I think the answer's in pretty much what he's saying. I think if you feel that way and meeting someone else has kind of proved that, then you know what you need to do.
Yeah, but just like this goes back to a conversation me and you had not too long ago. When it's a slightly different environment, but when you're in these bubbles, so when you go on holiday, it's all your emotions are heightened. You're in a sunny location. You're happy with your friends. You met this girl. She's pretty. She's ticking all these boxes. But everything's enhanced in that moment. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sorry, go on.
Do you want to throw 8 years down the drain of something good?
It's a huge, huge gamble.
I know.
It's a gamble, but even that person that he's met, regardless if that became something or not, if it's inherently like feelings that you don't or do have for your partner, like if it's showing you that there's something missing, and it's to the point of how you're saying it's not even just I love my missus, but I've just met someone and they're amazing. It's, you know, there's something missing with my missus. Would you say that there's
No spark.
There's no spark.
They're not on like they're not rough on rough terms. You know what I'm saying? They're not rocky.
Don't have to be.
But there's
feelings to
nothing. They're just comfortable. They're just now do the typical everything everyone does. Get a house, settle down, both go to your jobs every day, come home.
Boring,
Boring.
boring.
That might be nice for some of you guys, but that wouldn't sit well with myself. I want someone to keep me going, and I want to keep her going. We want to bounce with each other, and that his girl doesn't do that for him. I mean, he's met this girl, and she's like, he says, "I feel like 18 again, yo." Says, "I feel 18 again." And he comes to me for advice, and I went, "I'm the fucking worst person you should come to advice
Yeah, I
for."
do it.
I didn't say that. I said, "Listen," I said to him, "Look," I said, "First of all, this is coming from a very single man's point of view. So I don't think you should take my view necessarily as gospel. But I said, brother, you've got to do what's right for your soul.
Yeah,
That's right, yeah.
And sometimes you've got to be selfish. And that sometimes being selfish can hurt someone else. But it depends on how you deliver it, I think. Like, I said, whatever you do not do anything hasty. I said, do not fucking just cut things off with your bird. I said, maybe have a conversation about it. Obviously, don't bring this other girl up that you've met because it would just break her heart. But I'd say take, because when you come back to reality, them relationships quickly fall apart sometimes. But he said it hasn't. It's been home. I can't say again.
That's right. Has he? Oh, okay.
Been at home X amount of time and it's still there. And he's like, what do I do, man? I was like, bruv. And every week I say, what's changed? He goes, nothing's changed, bruv. My head's on a stick. I don't know
It's
what to
hard
do.
because like you want to tell him to go and almost like you need to have proof of concept. So you almost need to now spend time with her back in the UK.
He has.
I think the answer's pretty much there.
That's answered it for me.
I think the answer's pretty much there.
Brother, I'm a very empathetic person. What was that AJ said? I'm an empath.
Empath, yeah.
And it would absolutely, if you love, remember, he still loves this girl he's with. That would absolutely break me.
Do you know what though? There's a
He
big
loves the
difference. There's a big difference in loving someone and being in love with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
correct.
you can love family but not like them. You can love friends but not like. You can love. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so he's going to have a love for this girl. He's been with her for 8 years, so of course he has, and there's no bad blood between them. So he's going to have a huge amount of love for her. But as they go, everyone knows here, then I'm sure everyone will relate that there's a massive difference in loving someone and adoring them and say, look, I'll always want to look after you and take care of you, whatever, but I'm just not in love with you
I feel
anymore.
like this is majority of relationships, though.
It is.
I swear to God,
It is.
anyone that I speak to that is older than me,
Yep.
have these conversations. They're like, yeah, you know, that spark goes, and it's just your best mate, and you're complacent, and you've got a kid together, and it's just memories, and it's just like a. But that's what a lot of people say.
That's society. Unfortunately, that is society.
After the thing is, bro, you got to think about it. After 20 years, let's just say hypothetically, are you going to still have those exact same feelings that you did when you first met someone in the first like 3 years?
I'd like to hope so.
I don't
Blue
think
light,
you would.
mate. Sorry, blue light. Move forward.
Yeah, you would like to think so, but reality is
You probably
it's not
won't.
the
I
case.
think you both have to actively work towards it. Like people, you know, when, like you just you don't see it as a job, but you just see like I have to put this amount of effort in to keep this alive. If both of you stop putting the effort in, then it is going to fizzle out.
Even if just one of them do it, I think it would.
I'll tell you what I've listened to recently in terms of this topic of relationships that grow and then fall apart and why they fall apart is that apparently as a human, you change pretty much every 6 months the older that you get. You become a different person, you form new habits, form new ideas, leave old ones behind. And I think what people, especially today, everyone wants everything like that. They want a long-lasting relationship in the honeymoon period, and if it had to happen overnight to build that bond, it just doesn't happen. It takes time. And I'm sure we're all guilty of it as well, right? But people change pretty frequently. So you can imagine how much somebody changes in 3-4 years. That's sort of roughly all nearly 30 and stuff now. So you can imagine the difference in us from now to when we're 35, 36, right? And what people I feel don't do today is they don't then get to know who that new person is. They don't begin to continue discovering each other like they did when they first got together. Like when you first start meeting someone, you ask them everything. What do you like to go and do? What do you like to eat? What type of films do you like to watch? What hobbies do you have? What do you like? That stops at a certain point because you feel as though you get to know them. Like people stop getting to know each other, and I think that's what happens is they get to that point, and they then just stop asking questions. They stop getting to know who that now person's become, and they might change their ideas, they might change their religion, they might change their views, whatever the case may be. And they're like, instead of getting to know it, they just fuck off and go, do you know what? I don't like that now. I'll go and find some girls that I think I like. And people
spark is gone.
they throw away something that they've already worked really hard at for a lust, a bit like a sugar rush almost. And I think that's what's happening massively today, is that people want things overnight, and they're so easy to throw things away because they don't know how to build not only relationships with a partner, but relationships in friendships as well. I don't feel like people know how to do that these days. They don't know how to sit and have meaningful conversations. I think we've touched on this previously. Like, if you sit with, we can only talk it from a guy's perspective about sat with a girl, and if we're sat with, say, a bird that's a couple of years younger than you, they've got no conversation. They can't sit there and have a chat with you about a deep chat. They'd rather sit on their phone and sit on shit. Do you know what I mean? So people are very quick now to just get rid of it, because at the first sign of it not feeling that spark again, and go to the next sugar rush.
Do you reckon that's like a nowadays thing though, because of the fact, again, when it comes to social media and how easy it is to access to speak to other people and get that attention from others. So essentially what I'm trying to say is, if I'm talking to someone and I feel like it's not going anywhere, or the spark's gone, I could easily just jump on my phone
100%
and start up a new exciting conversation if someone's going to be fit. Again, you can approach people online. It's accessible. I think nowadays people have access to so many beautiful women and men that they don't want to like carry on with their relationships. Back in the day, you didn't really have that. You worked for your relationship. If you had a fight, if you had something happen, you worked for it. People don't really do that anymore.
So what do you do?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like this is what I was saying before. I feel like we're more in limbo than our parents was, because we may think that we have a lot of access to a lot of people, but realistically, do we? Because you're just another number. You're just another fish in the sea. Like, you could fall in love with someone tomorrow, and easily tomorrow she could go, you know what? Fuck this. There's another guy that's got more status, more money, and
That's why.
language boys.
That's why one slip up.
Yeah, no, I was swearing as well though.
bin you off.
That's why it's very important nowadays. This is why there's such a big emphasis on being a high value man nowadays, because the competition's so. Well, there's two ways to look at this. There's fuck all competition if you go to certain circles, but if you're trying to go for these birds that are classed in the 1%, whatever you want to call them, you've got to be a high value man at some point. You've got to be either good shape, good looking, you've got to have a bit of wealth, you've got to have something about you. And then when you're competing against other guys, if you haven't got something to bring to the table, she will just leave you. Every day you wake up, the rent's due. The rent's due every day you wake up. And you've got to always outperform the competition. And that's a sad reality, but it also can look at it from another perspective. It always pushes you to be better. So it depends on what take you on. You can take the negative from that, or you can take the positive from that. Yeah, it's a bit shit because it's hard to be a man nowadays because the competition's out there. Instagram just exploits competition as well, because there's no hiding from it. Back in the day when men used to all work in factories, that's all them women in that neighbourhood would only see a bunch of men all working in the same thing, all kind of having the same income, and they'd have to choose the better, best looking one. Now you go on your phone, and the competition's everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's no room for you to breathe. You've got to either get your shit together, otherwise you get left behind. And that is the sad reality of today. But it's a sad reality, but it's also going to push you to be a better person. But if you don't, you do get left behind, unfortunately. And that's the way of the world. The world's not fair. And if you think it's fair, then you need to grow the fuck up, because the world is not fair at all. It isn't.
Facts don't care.
Yeah, it is not.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Yeah, they don't. It don't. So circling back, what's the advice for this guy? He didn't ask. He's not asking for our advice, but what advice?
I do actually think you gave the right advice. Is you have to do what's good for your soul.
Yeah.
So moral of the story is, don't fall in love on holiday. I did.
They never look as good when you're back as well.
Yeah, I did.
That's where I met my ex. It was in Marbella, Caesar. Yeah.
I didn't fall in love, but
I
was a donut.
Oh my god, no! What holiday?
We're not naming what trip it is, because people will be able to piece it together. But yeah, bro, that happened to me once.
Yeah.
But
Only once though. And it happens to my mate every holiday we go on.
I know.
I've got a mate every holiday, every fucking holiday. But yeah, okay, cool. That was a good one. That led into something.
Yeah, wow, that got deep real quick, didn't it?
No, but I like that. That was good. I thought these were going to be hilarious, but that was a good one started. I didn't think you were going to read mine. Merc, I think you boys, whose are these from? These are the Graft Kings page or your personals?
Both.
Can you swap that with me?
From
Because my
mine.
one, this one doesn't look. This one looks a bit.
Some of them personal. I
share.
think me, Mason, and the Graft Kings page itself. So
Okay, cool. Mace, you want to go?
no, we'll save that one till the end. We finish on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Give me one of them sheets.
We finish on that one.
Where we at?
You'll
Go on,
soon
Mace.
realise why.
We've got Ash here. Ash is our editor.
Oh my god, I don't know whose these ones were. They might have been yours. Right, okay. This is cruel.
Just cut me off, mate. It's fine, no worries.
Sorry, bro. Sorry, I don't know what. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Go on. It
No,
was
go on.
your turn anyway, but no one was speaking, so I'll just take your go. Go on.
Okay. Come back from a night out in Zante to my mate having a girl's whole foot in his mouth.
How small's her foot? How big's his mouth?
The whole foot.
The whole foot. Is there a girl's whole foot in his mouth?
That's hilarious. After a night out
Do you
as
know
well.
who that
So
is?
Yeah, I know who that is.
who?
Do you know who that is?
No,
His whole.
Oh, dear.
Hashtag foot fetish.
I'm dead.
I know who that is, but I'm not going to
This is after a night out as well. So she's been doing like 1,000 steps of sweaty toes, and your feet.
Why would that even go through your head?
Marinated, definitely, mate.
Why? Why?
Well, ask Mason why.
Why is that? Why would that go through your head? Like after a night out?
Why are you asking me? You didn't ask me why.
There's actually a.
I've got another mate like that as well.
You just made that sound like I wrote it.
Yeah, bro.
It was Mason. It was Mason.
Bro, mate, if a girl's got a good foot, mate.
Yeah, but after a night out.
Oh, well, no. Just get in the shower, maybe.
But there's a funny. No, I'm not going to bake myself up.
There's actually a good reason why people have foot fetishes, you know.
Go on.
It's something to do with the brain.
That's right.
So essentially, in your brain, the part where you have like all these sexual urges and thoughts, your foot sensation, however, is right next to it. So it overlaps.
Really?
It overlaps, so it kind of just intervenes with each other. Some people's more than others, which is why they have a foot fetish.
But the thing is, I appreciate.
I love a good set of feet.
Yeah, but there's difference between appreciating and actually getting turned on by
See, I
it.
don't get turned on
and
by it,
wanting
but
to
that
be-
is. I look at. I'm like, fuck me, she got banging feet. I do.
Yeah.
And I know all you boys back home. I know you all zoom in. I know you all zoom in.
You
I can see a bird and it's kind of like that, and the fucking feet.
Yeah.
Are they good feet? Are they well manicured? Is it manicure or pedicure?
Pedi, innit?
Pedi, yeah.
Pedi? All right, pedi.
It's got to be French tips, nudes, or just white.
It used to be white.
I don't like white. I think white can look a bit tacky,
White,
man.
white was 2001.
Tan skin.
Yeah, tan skin with white toes, bruv.
Right. Would you let a girl give you
Yes.
a foot wank?
Yeah, I've had one.
Yeah.
I did not think that was going to come out of your mouth. Oh, that caught me off guard so much. I was like,
looking at him
I thought he was going to say. Would you let a girl suck your toes? He went, would you let a girl give you a foot wank?
Oh, I had a girl do worse than my feet once. I know,
To your feet.
bro. She was like, she was like, I want to do disgusting things to you. She went to me, I want to do disgusting things to you. I'm laying down. She's grabbed my foot, lifted it up, got the bottom of the heel, and she went,
Oh yes, good girl.
licked it,
Good girl.
and then went for the big toe. I was like, what's going on?
Was you like washed in that?
I mean, I came to hers from mine, so I must have been. But then again, I was like, what are you doing? I don't like that. It wasn't.
Oh, you know, I don't like people on my feet, you know?
Oh.
No, not mine, but
I'll get
I would
ticklish, bro.
definitely do.
I'm well
I'm not
ticklish.
going to say that.
Oh, ticklish. My mum watches this pod.
Oh.
Oh mate.
Sorry, ni met on there.
Oh mate.
My mum watches this pod, you know.
And Turkey watching this pod.
I'll tell you what. There's a question about feet. What size is too big for you? Whereas if a girl's like certain size, like
Bigger than mine.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, no bird's gonna have a fucking size bigger than size 8 foot, bruv.
They might do.
Might do.
Well, get out then.
There you go. You've got your answer.
All right. So what? You'd be happy
No,
with a girl?
I think. You know what? I wouldn't really read too much into it, but I'd like it no lot bigger than 6.
It depends
Cool,
on the
that's-
proportion. Brother, if she's 5'1" and got size 8 foot, that's it depends on the proportion of the bird, mate. You know what I mean?
I think a girl's got to have small feet, mate.
Yeah, got to, but they are. Why is that though? Why are we
I don't
attracted
know.
to smaller feet? Because I met a girl about when was it? About 6 months ago, and she was 30, and she told me she had size 2 feet. And I was like, fucking hell, that's.
Whole foot in the gob.
There you go. There's your guy. There's your guy in the wrong. No, but yeah,
Put
why?
it sideways.
It just looks nice and cute, innit? I think if
Yeah.
they're too big, then you'll feel demasculated. Like,
I feel like I'm holding one of your feet sitting there.
If
that,
we
big
can share
Turkish
trainers, it's not the one. not with Frodo Baggins.
Imagine waking up in the morning, you put those trainers on by accident because you thought they were yours.
Wait, what trainers?
If
Wait, what?
your bird had massive feet, you'd be waking up in the morning and put on the wrong pair of trainers, mate.
I can do it.
But why is it? Because men like small petite women?
5 at an absolute push.
I
That
think
is
you
it.
associate big features with being masculine.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So-
Yeah, yeah. So I think being small and petite is a feminine trait that you're
Yeah,
attracted to.
right.
Right.
So
okay.
So switch that around. What would women
What
not
eyes?
like about us if it was too
Irritating.
small? Feet as well, probably.
Yeah.
Or
Do
hands.
you know what? It's
AJ
true.
said she didn't like
AJ didn't like small hands. I still don't think my fucking hands are small. That hasn't given me a complex, but I really don't think these are small.
Hasn't given them a complex.
It hasn't given me a complex.
Cool.
Man, it's mine ever since. Next.
Right, yours.
Right. Let's see. All right. Let's do this one. Helping carry my mate off a boat party after he shit himself and the DJ announced it.
That's gold.
Oh,
imagine watching your mate shit himself and he gets baited up by a DJ.
Good hell, mate.
That's what I want. If that doesn't happen in our beef, have
As long as it's not
you
me,
boys ever
mate.
shoot yourself?
Never.
In school, I did once. Yeah. In school, I did. I think it was diarrhea, and I
I've
just.
thrown up in bed and stuff, obviously, as you know, but I've never
threw up over Giorgio
twice.
twice.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, 2 separate holidays, like 10 years apart.
Yeah, twice.
How do you take that?
Giorgio takes it like a champ. To be fair, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Giorgio doesn't really get angry and stuff like that.
I've seen Giorgio angry once.
That was in Bali.
Yeah, when I was banging.
I've
on his
never
door.
seen him flip like that.
He went, get that.
Yeah, he went
Giorgio
mental.
doesn't flip. Giorgio's cool.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah,
To be
he's
fair.
cool.
He's a nice guy.
I'd be
yeah.
annoyed if one of you threw up on me.
I've spewed over it, like, and I mean covered him in sick, bro, in
I had a
bed.
girl throw up on me on a night in once after we've been out. She was like in bed, heaving. Like we've gone to sleep, like we've had a lot to drink. She's come from Cambridge. Great fucking first date. We're like laying there, not done anything yet. And then like I'm just like laying there taking a minute. All I hear is I was like, are you about to throw up? She's like, no. And I heard it again. So I've picked her up. I'm literally carrying her and I'm like stumbling to go to my window because I was just like, fuck it, I'll just stick her out there. Shit's everywhere. And I'm going and she's just gone, bleh, and then she just puked on my face, on my chest. And it was like, you know, when you've been drinking, it's all vodka-y and like wine. So I could taste it's on my tongue. I could taste it. I was just looking at her going, do I just dash this bird out the window? Like, do I just go bang and just throw her? I had to fucking clean her up, and then she was like, "I've got no gag reflex as I'm holding her out the window." And I was like, "You need to throw up so I can like sort you out." She's like, "I've got no gag reflex. I've got her own hands, and I've stuck it all the way down her mouth, and like she nearly swallowed her whole hand. The whole thing was in her mouth." And I managed to make her throw up, and then I threw her back in bed after.
That must have
after I
stunk in
cleaned
that
her up.
room.
That's stuck with her to this day. She's never gonna forget that day.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
That's embarrassing.
Have you seen that video of HS Tiki Toki shit himself in bed?
No.
It went viral. He was basically the story is he was with this girl in bed. I think they were either drunk. I don't know the full ins and outs of it, but I think he was like farting in the middle of the night, and one of them just went straight through, shits the bed, and then they wake up in the morning and he rolls over, and the girl's just got shit all over her face.
No way.
I think that's a setup. He's a marketing king.
he is, isn't he?
Yeah, that's a setup. That we're talking about. It worked. There's no way he'd let that go live.
You couldn't come back
I
from
just
that.
don't think he cares.
Yeah, there is an element of that. He doesn't actually care about anything.
That's
does
got to
he?
be awful shit in your
It was a long while ago as well. Like this was
dirty,
like
innit?
Oh, it's just horrible, mate.
Sick I can deal with,
No,
but not shit, bruv.
No, not another person's shit either.
I had a mate that shat himself at a party once. We got the hose pipe out and just, you know, the jet wash. We just cleaned it with the jet wash in the garden.
That's good, mate.
Yeah, we was just like, fuck it, jet wash. Sorry.
I've got. Have I? Am I adult? No. Yes, I have shit myself.
Yes, you have. In Dubai.
I've shit myself twice then. So I take the one he's talking about was in Dubai, and I take turmeric every morning. Normally I take turmeric after I've eaten my breakfast. You're not really meant to take turmeric on an empty stomach. And I took this turmeric one morning. I think we had a coffee, a turmeric tablet, went straight to the gym. And luckily, I was in an Arab country and they have the hoses in the toilets. And I trusted a fart and it weren't clean and it come through.
Oh, it's the worst.
And luckily as well, because I was going to the beach after I had my towel. So I put the towel around my trunks and they're fucking recording me and I'm walking going, this isn't good, boys. This isn't good. And I've actually come through.
It's not looking good,
Yeah,
babe.
the second time, I don't even know how old. I think I was young adult. I don't
it's
know.
right when you're young.
Yeah, when you're in school, like I've done,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
It's
16.
school.
Yeah, I shat myself in school, but then I went toilet and I was like, I can't clean this off, so I've just taken it off, wiped my ass, and just dashed at the wall.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Does anyone know? Well, they do now.
No.
Did anyone know then? You can't go back from that school.
I don't think.
Imagine that at school, you shit yourself. That's it. You're game over.
In school, if you shoot yourself, it's
That's
game
it.
over.
It's game over. No one's ever.
All credibility gone from year 7 till whenever you leave.
Oh,
mate.
Yeah. They call you, they'll sing some name for you, won't they?
That's it.
Little shitter.
Macy Poopy Pants or something like that. So what I was going to say earlier, we've got Ash. Ash is, if you guys don't know, people who do know me, Ash is one of my me and Mason's good friends. That didn't come out right. Mine and Mason's good friend. And he's now our full-time editor for the pod and has been for the last maybe 8 weeks, 9 weeks. And he's going to be with us in Ibiza. And he's coming with us to Ibiza for a bit of a content week. Anyway, he has never been on a lads holiday before, ever.
Really?
Not really, no. He went to Miami with me, with my brother and that, but weren't really allowed to holiday. Went to like theme parks and stuff and went to drive down to Miami, but he's never done anything like this before. So this is going to be, well, you're watching it in real time. If you're following us on Instagram, you've seen it in real time. This is a very heavy holiday. Ibiza's going to be absolutely carnage. And he wrote on this, because obviously we've asked people for stories. Give me a week and I'll have loads. He knows what he's in for. He's never ever experienced anything like this before. Me and the boys kind of, I don't want to be, I can't say that word, can I? You have to cut that, Ash. Don't want to be, whatever. We're kind of veterans when it comes to going on lads' holidays and partying and stuff. And this guy has never done anything like it. So I'm praying for you, Ash. I hope you've made it to Sunday. I hope you actually can watch this back and laugh because
we'll have nothing to edit.
Yeah, you'll have, yeah. Well, yeah.
What a first lads holiday though.
Oh wow.
Ibiza.
And
doing what we're doing as well.
Crazy.
There's a lot happening on that trip. Do you know
There's
what
a lot happening. A lot
It's
happening.
gonna make us
But
and break us.
I'll go on to another one.
Yeah.
Meeting a German bird in Blue Marlin with her mum and then taking her back to the hotel.
Who, the mum or the bird?
Oh, well, he hasn't made it clear, but it's
Both.
funny. It's funny because I know who this person is. Do you know who it is?
Of course I do.
Yeah, well, okay, we'll move on to another one. There's some of them I can't read out because they're just, they bait me up as well.
That's an awful one.
Oh, okay.
I was on that trip.
That's awful.
Yeah, that's why I can't say that
Oh,
one.
you know,
No, the one you. Never mind.
I know what you're talking about. We've got to be so careful not to bait ourselves up on the internet. Smashing the bride.
Oh,
That is
no.
absolutely criminal.
oh my god.
That's criminal.
I hear a lot of that. You know,
That's criminal.
I hear a
That
lot
came
of
out
that.
on Twitter. Did anyone see that tweet saying whoever's
Oh yeah.
like wife this is? There's like a photo of her leaving like some
Yes.
geezers. Did you see that photo?
Yes.
Leaving some geezers' room from like a one night stand.
I think there was a video of one.
Was it a video? There might have been a video as well.
Bad, mate.
But that's bad, man.
That's it, innit?
Oh,
So-
yeah, I mean, definitely.
I've got a murder in me, mate, I think.
Yeah. Of
Surely people don't do that.
course they do.
No, mate, I reckon it
Of
happens more than you
course they
think.
do.
Happens all the
Yeah.
time, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Criminal, innit?
That's bad. That.
Worse is their friends are like, yeah,
Yeah, you go, girl.
go, girl,
So,
get it down your gob.
You know what? It's like the moral compass of behind it all. Like she knows in like how many other days, whatever it's going to be, she's going to be sat there, like her parents and his parents are going to be sat there watching
Taking their vows.
taking the vows. He's probably sent a shit ton of money, like setting up the wedding, paying for it all. She's going to tell her friends about this happy day, and then she's out just getting smashed by another geezer. Like,
I think it's the same for geezers as well. Like lads going away on stags and just battering bare birds. Bit frowned.
he's ain't smashing the bride. Oh, she's on a hen do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The holiday.
Oh, I
innit?
get it. Yeah. Oh,
That's bad.
you just got to go down on one knee and say, I don't want to cheat on for the rest of my life. That's it. You are the one, baby.
On topic of that, if you were about to get married and your wife was going on like a, what are they called?
Hen do.
Would you like let them have like strippers or?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Who cares, bro?
And then I
strippers,
sent,
I don't care.
and then I sent
Yeah.
Ash to go peep with a camera. To just
I
tell
said,
her
look,
what's
baby, look, I've
going
got a really good idea. I want you to have your hen do as a capsule for the rest of your life. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pay for a cameraman. And he's gonna come and video the whole thing. How do you feel about that? I don't know.
Doesn't matter
Yeah,
how you
got a
feel
choice.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah, got a choice is happening. The strippers don't give a fuck. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mate, no matter what, marrying her or not, if she's going to cheat on you, she's going to cheat. I'd rather know now.
Magic Mike things, mate.
No, but you won't
I mean-
know. That's the issue. And it's so close.
I'd find out.
These bitches, mate. They know. Okay, here you go. Here's a story.
Bitches.
These bitches, bro. I'll tell you this. Listen to this, right? We were in a hotel room once. I can't say when again because I'm going to bait too many people up. I went to
I
a
know what you're talking
festival up north, and I had a hotel up there.
You told this story.
Yeah.
Have I?
Yeah.
When he went, stop.
Yeah,
And
the
then
girl,
it
that
went
girl
into
mate come
thingy
out.
mode.
It was like went into role play. And was
Oh,
like,
did I have to
Yeah,
tell this
yeah,
story?
yeah.
One of the
yeah.
first
On the
three
pod, I've
pods?
told this
yeah.
You did.
Like the third
Again,
or
if you're
fourth pod.
if you're watching it, if you have not seen the episode where they're talking about, basically her boyfriend called. We didn't know they're boyfriends, by the way. We just met them at the festival. Their boyfriend called, and within seconds they made up a lie. Like, I mean, a flawless lie you'd never believe. Like, I was like, how the f***? And I went, I went, see what they just did? I went to the boys, see what they just did? Look how quick it is. It's clockwork. They've got, and mate,
They've got stories, they've got plans, backups.
Instantly.
Boys are like, I wouldn't answer the phone. Like, you'd be like,
and you know what? All the girls will back them straight away.
Yeah.
All their girls will back them straight away. Without even questioning it.
yeah.
That's why I don't, like, you're saying you'll find out. You might find out, but what if it's too late? You found out after the wedding.
Spent 60K on a wedding.
Yeah.
I always say though, men are idiots. Like we get caught, we do something, we slip up.
Yeah.
Like we're not.
We leave
clever.
too many breadcrumbs, don't we?
Yeah, we're not too clever. But women just take that shit to the grave, man. Like they will take it to the grave, even when they're dying. You ask them, "Did you do it?" No, sweetheart, I did it. Like, I didn't do it, and they'll be going over. Beep.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
He's gone there.
Oh mate, women are like they know what they're doing, bro. They're clever. They're clever.
Why is that though?
I don't know. I just think they just
women,
know, they know how to get what they want.
Women don't have friendship groups of loyalty like men do. They don't. So why do women get? How can they get away with it so easily, but men can't? When we've got like bonds like that.
Women, I don't think women understand how well they can finesse men.
They
women,
do. I
like,
think that's
all
the
the
thing.
time.
Now, I feel like now they do. Back in the
Yeah,
day,
maybe.
they didn't, but now they know how to finesse.
Women, I don't think women understand how much power they can have over a man.
Yeah, all you need is
Like, I really don't think they know how. If like, certain, like they can just have a lot of power over a fella. They can get into your head.
Depends on the guy.
Of course it does.
Yeah, of course. But no,
But
but
I've seen-
doesn't matter how strong you are. Sometimes some girls are really good.
Yeah. Some girls can make you feel like you are the only man on this planet,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah. I got the.
I was nearly a victim of that not too long ago. Nearly.
Was that the? Yeah.
Yeah. Sold me a dream, bruv. And I believed it.
Then you
I don't
found
know.
out.
And then I found out. I done a CRB. I told you my CRB. If you guys ever try and finesse me, I've got a CRB check that you don't even know about.
Yeah, I'm with
Exactly,
you.
for
Yeah,
being
yeah,
like
I'm with you. Yeah.
This CRB check I've got, if you ever try and finesse me, I will find out. I will fucking find out. No matter who you are, I'll find out. It's clean. It comes back clean every time. I'll make sure.
I feel like we all have a pretty solid CRB. You know?
Yeah, we do.
I feel like we all pretty much have a solid one.
For those who,
We're not naive though. We're not idiots. That's the thing.
No,
Some guys are. Some guys would just go with it. But I feel
especially
like
if you're not part of the game. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're not in them circles and not part of the game, I can see how easy it is. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
wow.
easy.
I've seen it. How funny is it? Like I've been out and about, and I've seen a girl on a date with this guy, and I'm just looking at the guy, and I'm like, you do not know what that girl has done.
Yeah.
I feel so sorry for you. Because
know.
she has been everywhere, mate, and you're on a date with her.
But do you think that, as well, funny enough, I watched a podcast about this very recently, and they were talking about how and why basically women value a male's experience above all else in all aspects of
Can
life.
you give it context?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So anyway, Lou and I was listening to the podcast. Essentially, they got 3 high-value men were sat in a room with about 20 different females from all walks of life, and they were basically all saying, like, what's your body count? What's your body? Something 6, 15, 20, 17, whatever, random numbers, right? It's like, okay, cool. How many guys would you expect your man to have slept with? And raise your hand if you would want your partner to have far more sexual experience than you. And every single woman raised their hand.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, absolutely.
that
Like,
more
my man needs
sexual
to know
experiences than them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course they
far
would.
more.
Yeah.
But like far away and beyond. There was like, I'd expect a guy to sleep with like 150 women on average, and this, that, and the other. And there was like, I can't remember the exact percentages now, but they was essentially saying, similar to what we've said before, that I think 50% of men today are either virgins under the age of like, or in between the age of like 18 to 35, or either virgins or haven't had sex in a year.
Yeah.
Right.
I see that stat.
Whereas women, I think it's about 80% of women have had sex. And that then goes to show that most women are sleeping with the same men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're sleeping with that small
Same pool of men.
It's that same pool of men are sleeping with all these women. Because again, guys.
God, I'd like to be in that pool.
Well, now how deep it is.
What I was trying to get out of the back of that, you dogs, is don't say anything. Is do you think, like what Mo just said there? Do you think that women think the same about men? Like when they see a man on a date with a girl,
I don't think they care.
you think they look at a guy and go, "Oh, he's slept with so many women"?
No. Women see that as you're a trophy. It's called social proofing. Women see you with hot women. They want to know why. They're like, why is this guy always with hot women? And whether they in the beginning thought you was attractive or not, they're automatically more attracted to you now because you're with these women.
That's almost subconscious.
It's a fact. That's not even that's psychology. I've read a book on it, and I saw someone very influential who talks about it on a podcast as well. And I don't know why that is. I think it might go down to your biology or your DNA from back in the day. But when women see you with other hot women, whether it's one or loads, you're automatically more attractive because they're like, hold up a second, why? Why is he with them? What has he got that them women are finding attractive?
Yeah.
Why are they attracted? Why are they always with him? So they want some of that. So you know, some guys. I think I've said this before in the pod, and it's weird. It's weird, but it's true. And it's sometimes guys hide when they're with women. They won't post them when they're with women. And I don't do it for any other reason because I don't give a shit because I don't owe anything to any other girl. There's no girl that I'm talking to right now that I owe anything to. No, I've not told any of them with them. No one believes what I'm saying. So I don't owe anything to anyone. So I don't give a shit when I'm out and I'm videoing. I'm not purposely videoing girls. I'm just videoing the experience I'm having with you or whether I'm with girls. And people think that would be, oh, you're gonna fuck your game up. It doesn't change. Doesn't change. Look at what we talk about in the podcast. Nothing changes. You know what I'm saying?
Put their faces in it.
Yeah,
their faces.
It's funny though.
I don't care.
I just won't put anyone.
I don't care.
You know, if you speak to a woman though about body counts, they usually say, well, you know, if you get into that whole subject, they'll turn around and say, well, no, I wouldn't like it for guys it's too high either.
That's bollocks.
But it's lies because I'll just give them always one example and I just say to them, well, if there was a man sitting in front of you that has 500 bodies or 200 bodies, let's go 200 bodies, right? If he was prepared to give you absolutely everything, the lifestyle that you desire, everything that you want, you would turn around and say, yeah, I'll do it. You're going to get that person.
Yeah, of course I will.
You would. But if we had a woman that was sitting in front of us that had slept with 200 people, that was prepared to be the best wife you could ever ask for, and in every single way, would you get with that person?
No. I'd just be like, why have 200 people slept with you and not wifed you?
Well, so true.
Why?
Exactly. So you wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's the difference. They care about what you can bring in for their future. We care about their past. It's as simple as that. That's just in our DNA. We care about where they've been. They care about where we're going to take them for the future.
It's the same. It goes back to that saying, anything easy to obtain is not respected.
Yeah.
So women can obtain sex really easy. That's why it's not respected. Any woman can sleep with loads of men. Doesn't matter how hot.
That's so true. That's a good analogy. Like what you just put there.
That's why, again, that's why society doesn't judge men on it. And it's not. We haven't made this rule up. It's not like we've made it. But sex isn't easy for men. Men have it
just have to
hard.
be there.
Yeah, men have it hard. We can't just be there. We've got to have something about us, or do something, or have the charm, or be high value, or bring something to the table. And that's why it's respected when men sleep with a lot of women, because it doesn't come easy.
Yeah.
Things are only respected when they're grafted for and they're hard earned. If you get something easy, no one gives a fuck. Well, it goes back to everything. If you've got a nice watch, he must have worked hard to get there. Yeah. If he's got a nice car, he must have worked hard to get there. These are status symbols. Everything's a status symbol because they're hard to get. Anything that's hard to get is respected, and that's why people always look to these people with flashy shit.
Athletes and gyms.
Even athletes are highly respected because that's not easy. That was hard to get to that level of fitness or get to that physique. Anything that comes easy is not respected. That's why having a high body count is not respected, whether you like it or not. It's not. I've not made the rule up. Some man somewhere in his ivory tower has not made the rule up. It's just facts. Anything that comes easy is not respected, and some people don't like to accept that, but that is the truth.
It is the truth,
and that's why men don't like high body counts.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but it is. We don't make the rules. Again, life's not fair, so get on with it. All right. Fuck off. Right. Who's
next one, please? Is it back to me?
It's a bit of a dead page, that one, isn't it? Mate, I'm a bit conscious of that blue light, bruv. It's a bit on your head. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but I'm just worried.
This is outrageous.
I can't look any more ball, bruv, don't worry.
Shall I say this?
What one?
Right, so I set the scene. Magaluf, night out. He walks back into his room and his mate is eating a girl's ass after a hot, dirty night out.
Can't relate.
Firstly, did he walk in all the lights on? Because how's he seeing that? Do you know what I mean? Like, would it not be...
Are you eating disco bum?
A lot of people do.
Are you eating? That's not what I asked you.
You'd have to be.
I said, "Are you eating disco
No,
bum?"
I'm not, mate.
Depends.
Not if it's got Magaluf seasoning on it. No fucking way.
Depends how much I've had to drink.
Well, even with Magaluf seasoning.
2 drinks is enough.
No, you know when you're completely plastered though, and everything's just a good idea.
Yeah. Magaloof's never a good idea.
No,
so
no.
I wouldn't ever say no.
I mean, does it have to be specifically MAGA or can it be anywhere?
He said MAGA.
Because even
That's
if it's
what-
a
that's what
night
I
out,
said.
pretty much they say when you're dancing, shit particles are falling down your arsehole. It's like it's a fact. When you're dancing and your bum all sweating, there's poos there. So technically, you shouldn't be eating no one's ass after a night out.
Well, technically, no human should ever eat another human's arsehole.
No,
We weren't
after-
designed for that.
But I mean,
Bit
don't say
ironic
that.
from you, bruv.
But I'm not. Whoa. Hold on a second. I'm not saying I'm not an advocate for it. I'm just saying it isn't really normal.
Why not?
That's where
You
you
can go down on the bird. You can eat your ass as well.
That's where someone fouls, man.
It's like I'm on your team.
I was gonna say.
You know I'm on your team.
I'm
just saying it's not normal.
It's not even a party not inviting the neighbour though. Do you know what I mean? You can't leave that. It's out of order.
Just sitting there winking at me like that.
Blew your kiss.
Just blew your kiss. Look.
But there's nothing wrong with it. But after a night out in Magaluf as well,
Yeah.
probably
I'd have to be
give
so
it a miss,
pissed,
Give it
mate.
a miss, mate.
I've seen you in situations before, mate, on holidays where you would do that. Beep, beep, beep. Next question, please.
And those hotel rooms in MAGA are awful as well.
Oh,
like,
mate.
you know how
Right,
dirty
you.
they are.
Wait, listen to this, yeah. So me and Mason, right? No, don't worry, I'm not going to bait anything up. We went to Ibiza during lockdown 2020, and it was literally the weirdest place ever. Ibiza lockdown was
Very
weird,
strange.
boys. Like every club's closed, everything. Anyway, so but all the flights, because it was 2020 lockdown, all the flights were all the time. So we had the flights go there, and because basically what was happening, because there wasn't a lot of traffic going to Ibiza, what they would do 3 days before the flight, they would condense the flights. So instead of say our flight was on a Tuesday, but there was more people going on the Monday flight, they'd move everyone from the Tuesday and Wednesday and put them all onto the Monday flight, and then just send you an email saying, by the way, your flight's been changed. So I was like, fuck's sake, what are we going to do? So boys, we're going to have to roll with it. So we all had to go on the day earlier, but we already booked our hotel at this point and we couldn't change to make it a day earlier. So we had to go and stay in this absolute shithole the night before.
That's what for up.
Right, yeah, it was. This is a funny story, actually. So we went and stayed in this hotel, and it's an absolute dive. I was like, boys, it's just for the night, and then we can go move to our nice hotel the day after, because we couldn't extend our hotel to go for an extra day. It was sold out. So we get to this hotel, it's an absolute dive, mate. We walk in, and it's like literally saying you see out of Benefits Britain. It's fucking terrible, bruv.
What, do you remember the name of it?
No, I can't.
No.
I can find it on my booking.com somewhere. Anyway, so we've gone out, and we've got absolutely tanked. We've not even unpacked either. I think we went out the clothes, we landed, we did.
Local bar, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. And we got tanked. Anyway, so we come in and we all just passed out. I passed out on the sofa. This is so funny. And then them two got the bed. And then there's all these weird pillows, right, at the bottom of my like I'm laying on the sofa and I can see all these pillows at the thing and they're all situated weird. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I'm like that. I woke my eye up and I'm like, why the fuck is Mason laying on all these pillows? Bear in mind there's a bed in there. So he's laying all curved, like fucked up on this. It was the pretzel
Giorgio.
one. Was it Giorgio?
Yeah, 'cause I was
Oh,
in-
yeah. It was Giorgio. Sorry. So Giorgio's laying on his pillows thinking, oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and jump in the bed then. If he's not in the bed, I'm going to go jump in the bed. I was thinking, it's so weird he's laying there, but whatever. I'll go lay in the bed. So I've got into bed. I've got to pull the covers over me and I've gone to sleep for a couple of hours. And then Giorgio's come into the room like about 2 hours later. Goes, what are you doing in here? I was like, oh, bruv, I saw you on the sofa. So saw you on the thing. Goes, there's a reason why I moved that bed, mate. I went, what? He went, Mason threw up over me all overnight. Mate, as soon as he said it, my brain smelt it, and I just wafted sick. I pulled the cupboard over to the side, and there's a pile of sick like that. And then now I'm going, and I'm now nearly chucking up, and I'm going, oi! I'm shaking him, and he's like, what, bro? Oh, he looked really fragile. I was like, what, bro? I was like, clear. Nah, bro. He's gone in the toilet, bro. He's half asleep. This hotel's a shithole, so they gave us hardly any toilet paper. He's got little bits of toilet paper, like the thin stuff that roughs your ass up. And he's picking up this sick, bro, and running to the toilet back and forth. And I'm like, and he's so unwell. He's like, oh, boys. I was like, no, you're cleaning that up, mate. You threw up on the floor. And Georgia's laughing at me because he think I was basically laughing. I'm going to nick your bed. Now he's back laughing at me, going, have that, you silly dickhead.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that was
rough.
That's awful.
You better not get like that next week.
Rough.
He won't be eating anything to throw
we
up.
basically we got onto this we got onto the plane and was like, it was a Ryanair flight or EasyJet flight, and we said, no boys, what we'll do, we'll stop drinking when we got there. We done like about 200 quid in the bar on the plane.
We were tanked.
And we got tanked before we landed. It was like, fucking start as you mean to go on, and he just took it too far, mate. He was so ill, bro. So ill. Nearly got us kicked out of the hotel first night as well.
What?
Security guard was going mental. I can't tell you why, but the security guard was going mental, so he was going to call the police and stuff. It was just carnage holiday. That was actually a good trip.
It was a great trip, wasn't it?
There's all underground parties going on everywhere. It was a quality trip. We extended that as well, didn't we?
Yeah,
We said an extra day. That was a good one.
it was a good trip.
Whose next one is it? I really want to read that other one, but you boys won't let.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll read it out, but not not yet.
We'll end on it.
Well, we're 50 minutes in. Let's read it. Go on.
All right.
Go on, then.
We got rock paper scissors. Me or Oz?
No, you do it, mate.
No.
You really wanted to.
Well, we're going to read it eventually anyway. We're not going to leave it, are we? No, I was reading it until we do rock paper scissors.
Who's doing the rock paper?
Me and you.
Just me and you.
Best out of 3 or just first go?
Best out of 3.
Nah, first go. We ain't got time for that.
We have got time.
We'll do a quick one. All right, so
Best out of 3 or what?
best out of 3.
And what
yeah.
we doing it on?
Wait, best out of 3.
Are we doing it on scissors?
That's why you just do it. Just
There you go.
once.
Rock, paper, scissors,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, go.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, go. I'm in. You read it.
Oh.
Right, hang on. He starts here. And just before we read this out,
Where
it
does
means
it
no
start?
offence. This is a story.
Where does it start? Starts there.
Right, here, look.
Yeah, can we just say that 'cause this is
Yeah.
probably going to get chopped and then someone's probably going to try and use it against us. This is not our story. Someone's wrote this in and we're reading it out. So if you're a snowflake and you don't like what we're about to say, then
Tune out.
tune out now.
Someone's definitely gonna edit it in though.
Oh wow.
What I said again.
Who cares?
Oh.
So this one first and then that.
Yeah, that's how it started.
Okay. Fuck's sake, here we go. I remember once on a stag do in Magaluf, on the first night continuing the DMs. First night in stag in Magaluf, my mate set the tempo. He saw a woman in a wheelchair and wanted to chop her. So he grafted her all night, pulled wheelies with her, running around the strip, making crazy frog noises back in the day. Ended up back in their room and the one that I was speaking to lifted her friend out the chair, laid her on the bed in a provocative position. We left, done our thing, came back. He was spark on the bed and she hadn't moved. Job successful, brutal.
What are you doing? Are you doing it?
No. God. I don't know, man.
Fair play to her.
Yeah,
Not
innit?
letting it get in the way of
Well, you got to
wow.
remember, she has
Doing
needs,
what she wants.
Yeah,
she
do you
has
know what I
needs
mean?
too.
Yeah, absolutely she does.
Do you know what I'm saying?
There's not an issue.
But I don't know if I do the wheelies in that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
I made her night.
wheelies while running around the strip making crazy frog noises.
Ding, ding. Ba, 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 that was
I would have thought that being in a wheelchair that you would have been numb from the waist down. Do you know what I mean? So clearly she's not. So good on you, girl. Fair
It
play.
might just be legs. No.
How does
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I don't know how. What? Well, it depends on the disability.
Yeah,
I
obviously,
suppose.
obviously.
I think it's pelvis. So you still have feelings.
No,
Oh,
you
not just
don't,
pelvis, sorry. Do you know? Oh wait, no, you
You
don't.
don't.
Shit.
All the muscles
Oh,
deteriorate,
yeah.
don't it?
Good on her, girl. Fair play to her.
Yeah.
Why am I moving?
She must have been fit as
Where was this, Magaluf?
Yeah.
again.
I bet she loved it.
It's a sesh pit, innit, Magaluf?
All right, we're changing our beef to Magaluf.
Yeah. If you're watching this now in real time, we're in Magaluf now. No, but why is she there? Hindu?
Probably, yeah.
Dunno,
Having
just
a good
going
time.
there, so-
Like,
having a
what,
good
it
time.
might be like that's a really
Oh.
like of all places to travel. I'm not saying she can't travel, you idiot. I'm
Maybe
saying
she-
why a
or
beefer?
maybe she ain't got peas.
Why'd you look at me like?
No,
I
mean,
think-
for
I think
Magaluf.
like why is someone in a wheelchair?
no,
going out?
I think
was
like
thinking,
that's
out,
you've got all these places on earth to go to. Why would you choose somewhere that's that intense whilst you got a disability like that?
Maybe
Do you know what I'm saying?
Maybe she's on my.
Just go and get involved, bruv.
Fair
play to
enough.
her.
Yeah, it's not letting her stop her. I
Yeah,
suppose,
that's
is
it.
she?
Good girl. Fair play.
We don't know the context of how old she
Yeah.
is. She might be young, might be first.
Yeah,
girl
we haven't got a lot
holiday.
of context either. Have we?
Nah. Do you know? I'm not,
To be fair, boys, God forbid anything ever happened. I wouldn't stop living my life doing shit like that.
Yeah, take me away,
Yeah,
boys, isn't it?
100%.
But how would you chop?
Swing.
Can they still get it up? Bionic penis.
No, it does depend on the disability.
Mm.
You'd
Like
you'd have to
Stephen
wear a strap on.
Stephen Hawking. No, Stephen Hawking, boys. What was the disease he got? No, I weren't Parkinson's.
MS.
Yeah, he got MS. Even while he had it and he was in his wheelchair, he still had like 2 kids.
Yeah, but how do you know that was through sex?
Oh, it was like it was. Have you not watched the film about his life story? There's lots here we haven't read out as well, so we won't read them all out. Obviously, a lot that we can't read out either. But boys, how about yourselves? How about give a best or worst memory that you've got from any holiday?
Okay, I'll let you two start. I need a wee bad.
Best or worst? Go on.
Doesn't matter. Go on.
Yeah, go on, go for it.
I'm trying to think.
I think the best day I've ever had, before you go to the toilet, and the best day I've ever had on a holiday, or at least up there with amongst many, is my first day at Finn's Beach Club in Bali.
Yes. That was one of the best days of my life.
Yeah, that was one of the best days of my life. That was
One of the best days of my life.
It was from start to finish. We won't go into detail. But that day was just, as Smarty said, that was our pool that day.
That was our pool that day. And you can, if you haven't watched it, go and watch the Bali vlog now. It's out 170k views on YouTube. One of the biggest YouTube vlogs, no, the biggest YouTube vlog I've done. One of the biggest Bali vlogs on the internet as well. And that will show you how mad that trip was. That was one of the best holidays of my life.
100%.
No, not one of. That was
the best holiday of my life.
I'm going for a week. You boys carry on.
But yeah, that day, boys, I've never experienced anything like it. We obviously that was our first day out as well. We got there that night and went out that night. Didn't know what to expect. First of all, we got a bit stung by this. Got taken to this restaurant. Bear in mind, Bali's cheap, yeah, like cheap. We got taken to this restaurant and we done 88 quid each.
Wow.
In this meal in this restaurant, and like,
what was it?
We went to a fish restaurant. 88 quid ain't a lot of money for a meal, but out there we were like,
You think it'd be a bit
we gave him $1,000, over $1,000.
Fins is that place that you see everyone though when
Finch
they
Beach
go
Club.
Bali.
They call it the best beach club in the world, yeah. And then anyway, we went from there. It was like, oh, you need to take us to a club now. So we had a driver the whole trip. So it took us to this next year, and that was it. Then the holiday started. That was it. Went to this nightclub and that, and it was carnage.
I think I've seen bits of that of vlog as well.
Yeah, we'll show you.
You had more hair back then.
No, I don't think I did, bro. I think this stressed me out that much. I didn't.
Lost it there on trip.
And then the next day, we partied till 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. I think it was. We were still up. The sun was up. And we were still going. And then we went and got our head down for a couple, literally 2-3 hours. We were back up at 10 a.m. because we had to get to the beach clubs. We were back up at 10, had breakfast, got to Finch Beach Club for about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and that was it. The day just started, and it was just the vibe, the place where we were, the weather, the sun, everyone was on a level.
Never seen anything like it.
Phenomenal night, Dave, and then it just went on again onto the next morning until about 6-7 o'clock in the morning. Had 3 hours kit. We were back out another. It was just phenomenal.
Do you know how much I was panicking on the plane there? I think I've told you this before. So obviously,
so if you ever go to Bali, watch the vlog. It'll tell you everywhere that we went and the whole trip, every place we went to, everything. Make sure you go to Finch Beach Club.
Yeah, Finch Beach Club. And if you're a bloke and you're single and you don't leave with a bird, there's something seriously wrong with you.
Oh, I thought he was going to say it. Just a 3-letter word.
All right, no, you don't know. No. What was I saying? Yeah. Well, yeah, that too. What I was going to say is, so on the way out there, because obviously Bali's renowned for couples. Bali's renowned for a very romantic place to go. And it is perfect for that as well, by the way. One of the most beautiful scenic places I've ever seen in my life. But on the way out there was 2 influencers that I really look up to. One I actually know, and one that I really look up to. And they were both out there at the same time simultaneously. And I was watching their stories, and they looked dead. And I was like, oh no, I've convinced 9 of my mates to do this big trip, go all the way to the other side of the planet for us. 22 hours on the flight it took us to get there. And I thought, this might be dead. And I couldn't find anything that was convincing me otherwise. Everyone's stories looked just like dead. They looked very coupley. I was like, what have I done? Anyway, so we land and we go to a hotel, and the villa. And the villa was amazing. And was like, right, when's this guy? Take us out. We need to go out.
I've briefly just told him.
Have you?
Yeah. Restaurant.
No, but the restaurant was dead.
Yeah.
We sat there and I was like, this is not good. There's 10 of us boys on this beach, and they've got people playing the cello and the guitar on the beach. And I was like, this is
no one there.
No one there. It's just us. I was like, this is not good. I was like, you need to take us somewhere now. We got ripped off.
Yeah, 88 quid.
88 quid out there is expensive as hell per head, by the way. And he took us to this club, and that's when
that's where it started.
It went south, didn't it? After that, it actually did go south. That trip absolutely ruined me. We were actually. What we should go.
Well, that's another thing. But boys,
one place I've been meaning to go is Bali.
We need to go.
Yeah.
Boys, girls, if you're watching this and you want to go on a lads holiday, don't get me wrong. Magaluf and that, they're good, but they're good for that amount of time. If you want to go on a proper girls or lads holiday and have experiences of a lifetime and be talking about it for the rest of your life, go to Bali.
Yeah. Or Thailand.
Yeah.
That's where I went with my boys for about just over a month.
Oh, you done a month?
Yeah, we done just over a month, and I went with like 3 of my best mates at the time. I mean, they're still close mates of mine, of course, but the second night was traumatic, to be honest. Like, because I was waiting for 2 of the boys to come back to fly into Thailand. So obviously you go to Bangkok when you first get there. I've gone out with Yasin, my pal, and we're having a good night. We're on the strip on Bangkok, Koh San Road, I think it is.
Yeah, Koh San Road.
So the main road, like eating like scorpions and doing this, drinking the buckets. Anyway, we're sitting down. We met these 2 Australian birds. And I'm like, all right, cool, perfect. Like these two were game. They were like fit. And I was like, yes, like you're clapped, but we're gonna do this. Like we are. Like he's not like he knows it as well. It's not great. He gets. We tell him all the time. But one of the girls were on him. I'm getting the other ones. This is perfect. They're gonna come back with our second night. Lovely start to the holiday. Yas says I need to go to the toilet, so he's gone. And it's been like I'm chatting to these birds, and I just look at my watch. It's been about like 30 minutes. Yas ain't back. I'm like, where the f is this guy? I literally just go, give me 2 minutes, I'll come back. Gone upstairs to this toilet, and I say this toilet is no bigger than like a little 1 foot little room. Like it's just a toilet and then just 4 little walls. Like it's just a box,
a cubicle box.
brother. It stinks of piss. It stinks of shit. I see
man.
it's piss everywhere. I see Yas inside, toilet up, and he's just got his face in the toilet, hands on it, throwing up everywhere, and he's in this room just touching everything. And I'm like looking at him going, Yas, what are you doing? And he's just like, he can't respond. He's absolutely. So I'm like trying to help him up. As I've helped him up, he's grabbed my face.
Oh no way,
He's
bro.
grabbed my face, grabbed my head.
I'm throwing hands, bruv.
I've got.
Okay.
He can't see nothing. He's all. So obviously, I've gone to take him out. One of the guys helped me to the door and just left us. And he just threw. And he's a big boy, yeah. And he just collapsed on the floor, mate. I've literally grabbed this guy, called a tuk-tuk, taken him to this hospital. And bear in mind, we're checking out this evening as well because
go down to the islands.
Yeah, we're checking out this evening to go to another hotel.
Oh, man,
so
man.
I've taken him. I don't know what's going on with him. He keeps passing out, coming back. Threw him to the hospital. Came back to get all of our like little big bags and brought it back, mate. I thought he was dying. I was like, that's it. Yasin's dead. Second day in the hospital. Second day in the holiday.
Thailand has him now.
Yeah, Thailand has him now.
Where's that? Bangkok's got him now.
Bangkok's got him now. And that was the second day in the holiday, and I was like, this is traumatic, man.
What
Like,
happened to him?
I think it was just alcohol poisoning, but he kept passing out and coming back. So I was like, I think he's dying. I think Yasin's about to die.
Jesus, man.
It was scary though. Like I didn't know.
bet in the moment
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
horrible.
yeah,
In-
yeah.
in the
I
moment-
don't
want
want
to
him out. Yeah.
You don't want to have
I don't know
amnesia.
where I
Yeah,
am.
no
I don't know
way.
where the hospital is. I can't speak the language. I'm trying to carry this
That's
big geezer,
stress, isn't it?
big geezer
Especially
to
when it's
there.
just one-on-one. There's like,
Oh.
we go away in groups, so a group of us can
Yeah,
look
I
after you, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was waiting another
One-on-one.
2 come. Yeah, so
Oh, wow, that's brutal.
yeah, it wasn't nice. I've got another bad one, but I'll let someone else tell one before I tell this because it's a bad story.
I don't even know what story I've got to tell. I've got
Bad
so
one.
many. A
Bad
bad
or
one.
good? Bad or
So
good?
I've got a bad one. I've got like one that's slightly embarrassing and just long. So I was in DC10 last summer. I think you'd gone by this point.
For those
Yeah.
who don't know, DC10 is what?
Club in Ibiza, very good club in Ibiza. I think I was there with Oz. Oz when another one of my friends come out, and then basically we've come out of like DC10. It's hammering it down with rain. Like I've never seen rain like it. Like it's the type of rain. Like if you're in it for like 2 seconds, you're drenched.
Proper tropical
Torrential.
storm.
And
Yeah.
if people have been to IB for last summer, the taxi situation there was just a nightmare. So people are waiting for taxis. There's no shelter outside. So we've stayed till the very end of DC10, come out, no shelter, just getting hammered by rain. And then, so basically, I was in IB for the same time as, who call her my ex or someone that I used to see. We're both in DC10. And she's in the queue and I'm in the queue. And then I'm with my mate Adam as well. And I'm just like, what are we going to do, mate? So I've got a friend who was out there as well. He texted me saying, I've sorted a private transfer. He was like, it's going to be like 150 euros, but it'll get us out of this queue. And we're like, all right, sweet. Bump into the girl that I used to see. She's like, where you going? I was just like, we've got a private transfer. Do you want to hop in it? Make it cheaper for everyone as well. So then like our mate's like, okay, we need to go meet him over there outside, bro. We're walking in the torrential downpour. We've left the queue now. We've gone like outside of DC10 over like these crazy like just off-road route. Everyone's feet are wet. We're soaked. We get there. We're waiting for the taxi. Ringing him. No answer.
Oh, what?
Ring. No answer. Geezer's just not answering. And we've left the queue. The queue is massive. It's still raining. And we were like, F it, we're going to have to go back. Walking back. And we're literally like flagging random like private hire cabs down saying, can you take us? Can you take us? I'll give you 300 euros, give you 400 euros. And I've told this bird that we've got a private taxi and we've ripped
So
everyone out
embarrassing.
of this big queue. And then like, everyone's looking at me. And I feel bad because everyone's soaked. And eventually we were just like talking to these taxi drivers, speaking. One of them's just like 300 euro, I'll take you. It's like a 15-minute cab. End up paying 300 euro, get us out of the rain and got us back. It
Oh,
was so
that's long.
I
bad.
would have been seething.
And
I
again,
know you would have been.
and again at the time that would have been
Especially
like 20 times.
I'd been
worse
caught.
as well.
Oh, tell you what, that guy.
Whoever sorted that out, I'd be.
Yeah, 100%. That next day, bruv.
Mate, it was so...
You silly.
Took that in the end, but it was just embarrassing as well. 'Cause I
Yeah, you
pulled
with
this
that
girl
bird.
out
Yeah.
and her mate out of this long queue. We're all getting drenched, and then we're all just.
So what happened? What happened to this private cab? What happened?
Don't know. He just didn't pick up. He was like, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. We go outside. Bell him. Doesn't pick up. Bell him again. Doesn't pick up.
Oh,
Nightmare, mate. So yeah, that was quite bad. It was funny. It worked out in the end. Got a cab back. It was sweet.
Was
It
you cold?
cold?
Was it
wet.
cold?
Yeah, mate. We went. When did we go? September. So it was like the end of the season. The weather was all over the gaff, and it was just like.
I'd have started walking.
No, mate, you would not have walked it like not for DC10. It'd be like that's just, mate.
Yeah, you don't want to be walking back from there, man.
I don't know any stories
In
of
the
my
rain.
I've got loads.
Yeah, I've not really got any bad stories. I don't have any.
I've
bad
got
stories.
a bad story. When I say bad, I mean it was probably one of the worst experiences of my life going on holiday, and this only happened last year, before I actually went into X on the beach, because I went to Portugal with my mate first, and then from there I flew out to Gran Canaria and just done the show. But prior to that, I was in Portugal, and the second night we're there. No, sorry, first.
Where
night,
are you? Paint the picture again. Where are you?
So I'm in Portugal at the moment.
For X on the beach.
No. So I went to Portugal with my mate.
Oh, sorry, go
and
on.
his family.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we had a little villa, whatever. So I went there first, and from there I flew out. But literally, we landed. We went out. Was having a good night. Everything was great. We go to this one club again. It's a great first night. First night out. Sorry. I've gone to the toilet. Literally, just walked around the corner. My mate's in a scrap, like in a scrap with like 10 people. I don't know what it was, but it was a lot of people, bro. So I've seen him, obviously, like he's trying to protect himself. He's like not been punched on the floor, but he got floored, I think, in the moment. So I've run over. I've gone to pick him up. And at that moment, my shoulders are, obviously I've got a dodgy shoulder. It's half dislocated and popped back in. At the moment, I picked him up and I thought, like, let me take him outside. Because again, like people were trying to swing for him and I don't know what's going on. So my natural instinct is to get him out of that situation. Got him, took him outside. He's got a cut in his eye, yeah? He's steaming at this point. He's steaming. I'm like, bro, like, let's just walk away. Like, let's just go. He's like, no, I want to know who's hit me. Like, obviously he's pissed off. There was another guy we met that was like getting all like rowdy as well. So at that moment, I'm quite logical, right? For me personally, I'd rather take myself out of that situation.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sit there and start egging it on. There's no point. Like, there is literally just no point. That's just my way of dealing with violence. He's the opposite. He's like, I want to throw a fist. I want to know who hit me. At that moment, more and more people are turning up, like just locals, right? And I can see people bogging us. I'm like, Harry, like, let's just move from here. Anyway, long story short, one guy just walking right next to him. He's literally just walking right next to him and just went crack with a bottle on his face. And I just see my pal on the floor.
He was holding him.
No. I'm like literally about here. Harry's probably about where the like, camera setup is, because obviously there's a lot going on. This guy just walked to the side of him.
This is after you removed him from the situation?
Yeah, no, this is after we've gone outside.
It's because you're lingering.
At the side, he's lingering around, and I'm like, let's just move from here. He's like, no, I want to know what's going on. And at that point, obviously, this guy just walked to the side of him and just went crack on his face. And when I say my pal's face, I'd never seen anything like it. I'll show you guys a picture after. I was like, this guy's jaw is broken. He's going to have to get his like jaw fixed. He's going to get fed through a tube. I was like, it's done out. Like it was that bad.
Slapped him like to the side of the face.
His whole face, I swear to God, it was like a bowling ball. It was like that.
So
It was mad. It was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Dirty bastard.
Took him to a clinic and they wouldn't want to treat him. They're like, he's got too much blood on him. I was like, are you taking a piss? What do you mean he's got too much? So I took him to the toilet. I'm literally cleaning him, like cleaning all of his blood. And I'm like, please just help, like cleaning. And he's obviously getting pissed off. And they're going, oh, we're not going to treat him because he's getting all rowdy. I'm like, his face is literally hanging off. His lip, his eyes.
was
In
this
the end-
Portugal?
Bro?
Portugal.
Yeah, this was in Portugal, but long story short, in the end, they treated it, took him outside, and after that, his whole face for the rest of the holiday. Oh my goodness,
Mate, that was not a good way to
you've
start.
never seen anything like it. Like Harry's a good-looking bloke, but he looked
horrible, yeah.
and that's something you don't want on a holiday, mate. Like things like that, fighting and stuff. I think we spoke about this. It's not for me. I don't like it. Don't get me wrong. If someone comes in for swings, you're gonna swing.
Yeah,
but
of course.
You got to think when you're abroad as well. Like
You're
the
not in- yeah,
the
you're not in-
healthcare system's completely
It's not
different.
even that. You're at your own.
Yeah,
comfort
you're
zone.
not in
do
your
you know what I
territory, man.
I'll tell you one, but it wasn't me. It didn't impact me directly. So when I went to Tulum the first year, obviously Tulum's in Mexico, for those who don't know, and Mexico is very hard, very cartel orientated. The cartel basically run Mexico, whether you like it or not. And there's this Chinese fella. We've got a table for New Year's Eve, and there's this Chinese fella. He's got the table up from us for New Year's Eve, and he's with a few of his friends. I think we was mingling with a few of his friends throughout the night. We didn't know him before the night, but when he was there, we was chatting to a few of his friends. I never forget. He's wearing a blue jumper, and he was definitely Chinese. Yeah, because I remember how the story come about. How I found out after. He was a Chinese guy. Anyway, he had loads of money, and he kept getting bottles brought out. You know when they come out with the bottles and they all got lights.
show.
Yeah, bottle show. He done about 3 bottle shows for New Year's Eve. Anyway, he disappeared from the middle of the night, but obviously I wasn't paying too much attention to him because I didn't really know him. But I noticed he disappeared because he wasn't there, and his whole table wiped out as well. Anyway, so I went back to his after party, and then I keep getting these texts off people saying, "Make sure you don't go to this villa. Make sure you don't go to this villa," because he normally he was having an after party at the villa, so we didn't go. And I was like, "What's that? What was that about?" Turns out the cartel saw how much he was popping pop bottles. They kidnapped him, took him back to his villa where the after party was going to be, and made him drain out his cryptocurrency account.
Oh wow, that's intense.
Yeah, and then he went to the embassy, and I think he was an American resident, and they flew him out of the country straight away.
You can't even like argue it out there.
You can't do nothing
because the
Nothing,
police work for the
If the cartel catch you, there's nothing you can do.
Mate.
Yeah,
The police work for the cartel.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, they all paid off.
They all paid off. They
Wow.
kidnapped him and made him drain his cryptocurrency account.
Everything.
That's insane.
So he went to his laptop, said, "Take all the money out now."
What are you gonna get?
Because he was a
killed?
cryptocurrency guy. He had loads of money.
That's what happens when nerds get rich.
That's what happens when nerds get rich. Yeah.
Try and show off.
It's not always good to be
That's
the loudest
that.
person
But again,
in the
that
room,
didn't
basically.
directly impact me. But I never forget it because I remember all getting all these texts in the WhatsApp group in the morning. Our group chat. Thinking,
Imagine if you'd
what?
gone to the after party. Imagine what could have happened.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I
Maybe
know.
nothing. Maybe
Well, we would have gone there, and the cartel would have been there.
yeah. Then what?
Yeah. Then what?
Run.
Right. Watches off. Phones
Yeah.
out.
Gone.
Money out your pocket. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where that could have
You don't need that. You don't need that.
Don't need that.
Did you see that video? Oh, and this year actually, there's this restaurant. Yeah, I put this on my story. I don't know if I put it on my private, put it on my main. There's this restaurant renowned out there. I've never been there, but I found out it was renowned after because there's loads of Facebook groups. They go there and the waiters will work. But bear in mind, yeah, here's another story. The cartel don't really want tourists to get in trouble because it's bad for business. The cartel want people. They want tourists there. And they want tourists to be safe because if tourists don't feel safe, tourists stop coming. If tourists stop coming, it's bad for business because obviously you know what the cartel are into, right? So the cartel don't do any funny business. If they can avoid it, they won't necessarily get you in a lot of trouble. They won't like start on you or anything like that because they want your money. Anyway, so there's this place in a restaurant in Tulum, and all the waiters work for these dodgy geezers. And when they radio through or phone through to these geezers, and they rob you at gunpoint for your watch. Do you remember I put that video on my story?
Yeah, I think
Geezer's
I've
sitting
seen-
there,
yeah, I think I've
Jewish
seen
guy from Israel, sitting there. Guy comes in, pulls guns out, straight away watch off like that, and watch. And then I saw the video, and Josh recognised it. He went, "But I recognise that restaurant." Went onto a Rolex watch group. Exact same thing happened the week before. All the waiters are in on it.
That's
And
mad.
how do you know about these spots? Do you know what I'm saying? How do you
Oh
know?
man.
But these places are fucked up.
The waiters are in on it.
The
as
waiters
well.
are in on it. Yeah.
That's crazy. Probably get a car out.
But
of
the
there,
car-
right?
Yeah, of course they will. Yeah.
But apparently, my mate told me out there, if the cartel knew that was happening, cartel sort it out straight away because it's again bad for
There's
business.
like independent.
Yeah,
gangs.
so-
Yeah.
I get you.
So yeah, they're again both Mexico. So be careful going to Mexico. Let me tell you that.
But you will have a great time.
Yeah.
Oh, Mexico's amazing.
Apart from that,
Yeah, you
Mexico's
will have a great
amazing.
time.
Just you got.
Just don't be flashy.
it's anywhere in the
Yeah,
world.
just
though.
don't
I mean, flashes, but he was him and a bird with flashy. So if you can go with your bird. I'm just saying, if you're going to go to a restaurant in a foreign town with just you and your missus, and it's not a touristy area,
Yeah.
bro.
you're
Leave
asking
your
for
watch
trouble.
at home,
You've got a
yeah.
sign on you saying I'm a target.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
it.
saying? So if there's say us boys plus another two, it's less likely to happen. Yeah, he's got a gun, but you probably think twice about it. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
If you're going with you and your missus, it's game over. You've got
Yeah,
no
no
chance.
way.
Mm.
So yeah, they're two horror stories from traveling. But again, luckily, touch wood, none of them were weren't impacted by any of them. But yeah, you hear about these things happening, and they're close to home. Anyway, I think we should wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually a good pod.
That was a good
enjoyed
pod,
that.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
enjoyed that. It was something new. I think we should interact more with the audience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's good
good.
fun. It is good
It's
fun.
good fun, 100%. And we won't leave it to. We left it very last minute this time, didn't we, to get these
Yeah.
questions? So we didn't get too many, but again, that was enough.
Holiday recommendations, by the way, guys. I've had people say to me, "Oh, I'd never go to Vegas. I did enjoy Vegas and things like this." Like, guys, please make sure you go to Ibiza when you're a little bit older. Please make sure you go to now Bali now that we've been. Please make sure you go to Vegas. Please make sure you go to spring break, go to Cancun, and go to
I don't
Tulum. Like,
necessarily think it's the destination. I think it's the people you're going with as well.
Mm.
I've never had a bad trip.
yeah.
I'm not, and that can't. That must mean that doesn't. I reckon that adds down to the people I'm going with.
Yeah.
People I'm
Yeah,
going.
sure.
Do you know what I'm saying? I've seen some people recently go to Bali and look at the story and like, what the hell are you doing?
Most people don't know how to have a good time.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for places to go abroad, guys, I mean, Miami, I've not been to Miami yet, but that's definitely on the cards. Hopefully at some point, go to Dubai. You'll have a great time in Dubai. But don't just stick to the local places like Kavos and Zante and all that sort of shit.
first
Do you know
When
what I
you
mean?
when you're young, I think, yeah, I'd say 18 to 21, maybe they're the spots.
Yeah.
But I think after 21, you need to start seeing the world, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
There's a lot
branch
to
out.
see, yeah.
Especially before you start settling down.
Yeah,
'Cause you
and
want-
do these holidays. Go on your lads' holidays. Go on your girls' holidays. Like, rather go and spend 200 quid down the local on the fruity, you're in the pub. save up and go on holiday with your friends because you'll just create the best memories that you'll have
absolutely.
for
Best
for a
memories I've had
lifetime.
from that.
Yeah, with all our holidays. And once you do one good one, you'll then want to go and do another good one and so on and so forth. So if you are, whatever, I don't care if you're 35, 45, go on your holidays with your pals because it's the best time.
Go see the world, man. On that note, guys, we love you all. We're enjoying every second of this pod. There was a statistic read out to us the other day saying nearly 99% of all pods stop around the 21 mark. We are, I think this is number 18 or 19. I don't know. I've lost count. But yeah, basically what we're getting at is we have no intention of stopping. We're here for the long run. We're going to grow this and we are very confident in how it's going so far. We've got a solid audience. We love you all. We enjoy every second of this. We're meeting some amazing people and doors have opened all over the place for us so far. Hence why we're in Ibiza. We've just come back from Ibiza and hopefully you can see what we've been up to by this pod. I don't know what you're going to be able to see on the stories because obviously we're in the past, you're in the future. But anyway, guys, listen, we love you all. Like and subscribe. Leave us a comment in the comment section below. We read all our comments. We try and reply to every single one of you. In fact, we do reply to every single one of you. And if you're new around here, hope you enjoy it. Like I said, subscribe and we shall see you in the next. Cheers.
Lovely.
Peace.